Well, here I am, back. I feel better. I definitely feel better than what I've been feeling before today, or before afternoon today. Back and better. Did my hair a little bit. My skin's clearer. The camera quality is surprisingly kinder to me today. Did you also notice that? Was the camera quality this good when I was literally broken in front of you some time ago? I don't know. Look how clear I am. Yeah, that's what you get when you stay healthy. But enough about me. I hope you're doing well too. I actually filmed this because I just wanted to get something out. Not exactly to clear my conscience, really. There's nothing I'm guilty about. It's a thank you. So this isn't really an I'm back video. It isn't your regular average Joe's I'm back video. You know, I don't know how many YouTubers do that nowadays. And truth be told, human to human, I'm pretty sure we both know some of them just do that for the clout because they know emotionally connecting with people, especially like doing it in a fake way, can get them tons of views. Like you get very few people like me who are actually just sad and are real in front of you and tell you everything that's going on in their life. Like you get very few people who can actually sit down and start recording and just start speaking their heart out on YouTube. Because I personally, I've said this before, like I always found YouTube as this platform I can be my true self in. It's like this realm I can be my highest in. Since I was little, I always saw YouTube as this place where I can be my absolute best with no regrets. In YouTube, there's no society to shame me for what the path I chose. There's no older figures to shame me for choosing content creation. There's no one to laugh at me for my insecurities. There's no one to point out my weaknesses. In YouTube, there is no one to shame me for my weight. I was a chubby kid back in the day. And not that I really gave a shit what anyone was saying, but it still hit me. I don't care how blunt you are. Coming from someone who used to be a very blunt kid, it still hurts. Right? I was a very insensitive kid. I cried, like, when I would cry, that was very rare. Me crying was very rare, even now. Because it sticks with you, being insensitive. It starts at home, where you just consume so much hatred and pain and shame. You become immune to it. You become numb. I don't even think you become immune. You just become numb. So no matter what someone does to you, it's not gonna hurt because you've experienced worse, right? I'm not gonna be afraid of a little demon if I've seen hell itself, right? I'm not gonna be afraid of a little demon that's upsetting me at this point in my life if I faced the devil himself earlier. Right? I'm pretty sure you get what I'm saying, and so this is like just a thank you to everyone who has just been there for me. The amount of prayers, people that reached out personally, comments. It was very heartwarming because I was in a very dark place not too long ago. I mean, I'm not completely out yet, but as you can see, my voice is clearer and everything. I look better. So you can see there's some progress. I went to the gym this morning. I haven't done that in a while. But yeah. And when I went to the gym, I still felt like trash. Trash. I don't know how I managed to get all those reps done while feeling the way I was feeling. It's like in a cartoon where a cartoon character like experienced the tragedy, but he still has to focus on school later on the day. And you see like those montages of his harsh memories when he's at school, and then he shakes his head so that it goes. Those animations. That's like literally what's been happening with me. Like just harsh feelings, man. Like, and I thank God for the amount of people that actually reached out, read it and everything. You know, hey, how you doing? How you feeling? Where you from? Have you always been like this? Asking you questions no one has really asked me in my personal life. And I think the main reason would be is because of the way I portray myself. I was watching The Wizard Liz the other day. If you don't know who that is a fantastic YouTuber, a very beautiful woman as well, who like me just sits there and records. Only difference is she gets like 30 million views more than I do per video. So, and one of the reasons why I admired her so much was not because of how many views she would get per video. Naturally, someone would admire that, right? You don't just sit there and record yourself talking for 20 minutes and then you get millions of views, video after video after video after video, right? That just doesn't happen. But she managed to crack that code like it was nothing. Everybody called her delusional, but she did it, and one of the reasons why she motivates me is because of that. She makes it look so easy. So, I don't want to extend this story very long or too thin. I'm just saying, like, I was watching her the other day and she spoke of how you need to stop being a people pleaser, which is what I was in middle school and everything. Right? And that clinged to me and I continued watching. And the main thing she said to me was this incredible philosophy, right? It's not even a philosophy, it's reality. It's you are what other people see you as. Right? So however you portray yourself as to that one person, that's how they'll see you as because you portrayed yourself that way. That's how it also works with you. So however you portray yourself to you, that's how you will see yourself as. I don't know if that makes sense. But if it does, yeah, it's basically what she said. And I got that. It hit me in the right spot. Right spot in the heart. And when I thought to myself that day, started writing my own journal, schedule, started having some alone time more, meditating. I started making more time for myself and not for other people. I started caring about my skin, my looks, what I was wearing. Started caring about my relationships with others. It was a huge paradigm shift for me. And when I realized that, I realized so what people used to tell me was selfish is actually the right thing to do for a certain individual. Because what wicked people usually want to do when they want to like suck all the energy out of you is they'll tell you that putting yourself first is selfish. And that's not right. I mean, the Bible agrees to me. Our Lord Jesus Christ himself said self-love. You must love oneself before you can love another. He said that. It's not even me. That's not coming out of my mouth. You can't love someone else without loving yourself. That's nonsense. Bullshit. There's no way. I want you to tell me someone who loves someone else without loving themselves. And speaking of not loving themselves, my mom picked that out like a wizard. No pun intended. She picked that out like a wizard because she decided to come into my room. She didn't knock or anything because she saw there was something terribly wrong with me. The room is dark. The curtains are closed. The windows are closed. Stuffy as heck. There I am lying on the bed, wearing dirty clothes. They felt dirty. I don't know. I don't remember anymore. I prefer not remembering, to be honest. I mean, and she comes there. She checks on me. She asks me if everything was okay. and she looked at my water bottle, right? The water bottle I use in every one of my videos. She looked at that and she said, "What entity, what human being drinks out of a bottle like that?" And she looks at me with such anger. And I said, "Well, it fell on the grass the other day." I mean, I was capping. I mean, it did, but that's not the reason why it was so dirty. Like the grass, what? What did the grass do? It just fell on the grass. I could have taken it off the floor, and brushed off the grass pieces. That's it. Or gone and rinsed it. The grass didn't do that. I just blamed the grass for nothing. And it was at that moment she saw that there is something seriously wrong with this kid. She was even scared to touch the bottle. She thought it was infected or something. And when she opened it, like, I'm holding my phone with one hand, so I'm trying to open Sparrow. When she opened it, you get the idea. She opened like this part. Can you see like this part can be twisted? The top part here. This top part here can be twisted. Aha, gotcha. Can't believe I didn't think of that. But yeah. You see this part? Can you see how clean it is? Imagine all of this brown. All of it. Like everything brown. Like right now, it looks as good as new. But if you someone who really has that detective mind, who really has that analytical, critical thinking mindset, you'll have noticed that in each and every one of my videos where I've had this bottle, it was as dirty as shit. Very dirty. And someone could have thought to themselves, okay, this kid is smart and everything. He's telling the truth. But why is this bottle so dirty? What else is dirty? Why does he use the white background so much? What's he hiding? And if this was a police investigation, if I had disappeared, if I had deleted myself from Earth, the cops would have been watching my videos over and over again. Of course, they would have questioned my family and stuff, but they would have watched my videos and they would have noticed the dirty bottle. And they would have said, no one drinks off a bottle like that. There's something wrong with that child. Something wrong with that child. And there was, you know. And you'll notice that like I laughed more in this video. I don't know. I just feel happier generally than I did in a very long time. I'm also laughing because I cried enough. I've cried enough about it. I shouldn't even have cried. And in case you don't know, like I was in a very terrible situation with myself because I failed my college exams, and my college exams mean everything to me. They were the only thing keeping me sane. Mom and dad lost their jobs during COVID. My dog died. We lost the house. We lost the car. Big bro left home to go find work. I had no choice. There was no space where we are right now. Same story with my sister. And the thing is, they both want to come back and start staying with us again, but there's just no space here. Reason being is because it's not our house to begin with, right? It's not, so I'm not in a student accommodation, right? It's just a family friend's house. And we've been, like, the family that's accommodating us right now have been angels to us. I don't know any human being that can accommodate someone for this long. Did I say since COVID? Yeah. We haven't been here since COVID. We've been moving from place to place to place, being accommodated from place to place to place. It's just that bad. And then they took us in like 2022, late 2022. I just finished high school then. And where we were staying, the people who accommodated us, they're also angelic people. They couldn't accommodate us anymore because there were family members coming there to stay for a while, so we had to go. We left on good terms. It wasn't. It's not like they kicked us out or anything. Like we just couldn't stay there any longer. It's not like they wanted us to leave either. Like it was very emotional. One of the only times I saw my old man break down. I, I mean, he wasn't crying, but you could see that, hey man, he really was inside. I think that's also where I got the mentality of men don't cry, right? If you South African like me, no, it's not even about being South African. If you like me have grown up in an environment or a household, depending on your situation, that tells you men shouldn't show much emotion, you will have taken that to heart because you were still a little and vulnerable kid who listened and was trying to be his best self, so you would have listened. And I also took that mentality, you know. And you don't even have to grow in environments like that anymore. Now it's the internet. At least when I was little, this stuff wasn't there. But now that the internet's there, your child or any little kid can stumble across an Andrew Tate video telling young men that a young man must never show emotion. It doesn't matter how he's feeling that day. He must still go to work. He must still do this. He must still do this. He must still do this. And don't get me wrong, it's great advice. But it just doesn't apply to everybody else. Going to work with suicidal thoughts. Hey, man. I don't know. Get some help first. Get some help. I'm not saying don't go to work but like get some help, which could result in you not going to work. And then your health comes first, remember. I get what he's saying. Your day shouldn't be judged by how you feel about it. That is a great mindset and philosophy. Your day shouldn't be determined by, I'm not feeling like it today or my back hurts today. You know. But they are genuinely some of those cases where the person just can't do it. Like you saw how I was in the last video. I only got worse from there. Honestly speaking, like I look at you in the eye when I say that. I'm not gonna lie and say since that video I've improved, I've done this, I did my cardio, I made a therapist, I did this, I got rich. Nonsense. I'm still the same. Only difference is I just feel like a weight has been carried off my shoulders. You know, and reason being is because when I would fail, since I was little, I'd always think, man, I let everybody down. I wouldn't think for myself. I wouldn't think I let myself down. If I was thinking like that, I wouldn't have given a shit in any period of time. But now I think of the people I let down. Like, for example, I failed my exams. My parents. My parents are broke. They are hanging on a thread. Like they are suffering before my very eyes, and then I'm gonna go and fail. That's one of the things that would hit me hard. And wouldn't help when my dad would like lecture me all the time about it. I don't think it was even lecturing. I was like downright shaming. And he used to know how to re-emphasize that. Like, bro, he wouldn't, like, with the situation, he did not leave it alone. I don't think he ever will. By the way, I re-registered in college. So I'm repeating those subjects. Not everything. Fuck that. Like, I'm repeating the subjects. But, like, then again, I don't want to say I'm bitter, but, like, what? Like, I know people who leaked the paper and cheated, and they passed, and they're going to the next level. And then there's me who decided to be Captain America and then stayed. I should have been Tony Stark. Fuck. But maybe that was God telling me some of this is not the way. You want to be an engineer, you're going to be a real, true engineer. You're going to prove to God Himself why you exist, right? Make your life count for something. And also I heard like those have really bad effects. So imagine like 20 years from now, 30. Sorry, my camera cut because the storage space was finishing. But I cleared it now. It took me like 2 minutes, and I'm back. I was just literally like tapping on the videos and just deleting. It's funny, I knew the ones to delete before I actually went to look at them and delete them. It's just how clean I feel now. But I was saying that actually has dire consequences because 20 to 30 years from now, when we all engineers and everything, there will be investigations and then they charge for fraud. And then they go to jail. And then I visit them in jail. And I'm like, remember when you laughed at me when I failed? Now I'm laughing at you behind bars. You little shit. Nah, I'm joking. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. I will not do that. No, that's not me. That's not who I am. I mean, hey, God forbid something bad happens to them like that. But you, there are consequences to actions. I mean, there's definitely a benefit to me not deciding to cheat to get to higher. It's not even the first time they do this. There's things I know about that place that you'd never think would happen in a college. Or maybe you do know they happen, but you don't think they happen as often as usual, or they actually do. These things they do there, you think they're only doing like telenovelas and dramas on TV shows about school and stuff. Shit, weird stuff going on there. But as I speak to you, I currently re-registered. I'm not done because the registrations for part-time open next week. So I gotta go and register the 2 subjects. Then we take it from there. Then I'll have a chance to ace them, to crack them by the end of this trimester. And then I go to the next level. I mean, it's 2 subjects now, and I've done them before, so you know what the fuck. I'm gonna crack them. I'm not just gonna pass them, I'm gonna crack them. And I'm not trying to make it sound easy, like that's just what I'll do. I'll make sure it. I also don't want to make this video too long. I just wanted to like, share what I feel with you guys. And thank you guys for so much support. Like the love. I haven't felt that in so long. So shout out to you guys. Alright, and the people who are subscribed. I love each and every one of you, and y'all like supported me even in my darkest days. There were days where I felt like garbage and still made a video because I just like making videos. I like them. I don't want to say I like the media exposure because that's just gonna make me sound like a cloud chasing something. But I just like talking to people. I like public speaking. I like motivating others to do better. Not realizing I was gonna push myself to a stage where I pushed the others to be at their best so much I forgot about myself. There was a book I was reading called The Black Tulip. It talks about the guy who was so focused on the other guy growing his black tulip, he forgot about his own and his tulip died. But yeah, I love you guys. And as you can see, I mean, my eyes are still dark here because of the crying and I don't know. But my skin's clear. I'm still hot. I'm single. I don't know why I said that. But it also feels so good to say that. I haven't felt like this in so long, man. Alright. Stay safe.